Hello there Reason users, PoohBear here and welcome to my channel. One of my big bugbears of about Reason 13 is the fact that I want to save a patch and it takes me to my, Reason Studios user library location, which is no good to me because I don't save my stuff there. So I've got to come down, find my drive where I wish to go to, and it's obviously several layers down. That's just the way I sort of rock things. So I need to come and find it. And where is it? I'm looking for sounds. There we go, sounds. So I'm now in the right location. Being that this original combinator was a combinator 1, I'm just going to call this monitor 13 or number 1 monitor 13. I call it number 1 space so it always appears first in my list when I'm actually searching for it because it's something I need, and I don't put it in the subdirectory because it's actually a very, very common file. But now here I go, oh dear, I want to have that on as default, say. So let's go and save it again. And I've got to go through the same process again. So I want to come up the way that we don't have to keep doing this every single time. And that's what I'm going to show you. So to do this, we're going to pull ourselves up a command prompt. And if you notice, it's running as an administrator. So when you actually go to the command prompt, you can obviously, there's an option usually say run as an administrator. So we're going to run it as that. I'm going to use a very, very basic command to start with, which is going to be a dir, non-destructive. So we can have a quick look at, see, make sure we're going to the right directory. And I'm going to use a special location called userprofile. Now userprofile will translate usually as C:\users / your name. Obviously you may have done your Windows setup slightly differently, but that's where it as standard it should go to. I'm then going to go to music, if I can spell correctly, and then the next place we want is Reason Studios, and that's why we have to use the doggy is, because if not, that studios will say not located, and the location is going to be user library. So let's have a quick look at that. And as you can see, it's actually empty at the moment. If you've got any files in there, you need to move them out to your proper sound directory. If not, we're going to actually delete it. My next command I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use my up arrow key, because that's what you can do in these prompts, and it sort of brings up the last one. And I'm going to change that first bit from a dir to an rd, which is going to now remove that directory. So I'm actually physically removing that directory. Gone. It's gone. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually cheat again by putting up that command, and we're going to now put in here mklink. We're going to make a junction. So there we go, we've got ourselves a junction. And where's it going to go to? So in this case, you've got to know where you're actually saving it to, and I know my particular location happens to be on my D drive, happens to be in data, Reason, me, goes on a little bit this, and then it's going to be sounds. So there we go. So I'm going to make a junction to there. Junction's now created. Brilliant. So now I'm just going to come back into Reason, as you do, and I'm going to go, right, I wanted to save this, don't I? So I'm going to click on save, and as you can see, we can go, woohoo! We're now in the proper location where we want to be. And I didn't have to go through with that palaver. So it's there as default all the time. It's going to come up into my location. Yeah, okay, so I might have a combinator 12 and I might have to go into one of these subdirectories, but at least it saves me from going through all of them. Now, a very important part, if you notice at the top, it does say Music, Reason Studios, User Library, and you can see these files. I'm now going to pull across Explorer, and if you can look at the top here, I am now into my users music. So that's that location. You can see all these files. If I go across to my sound, so this is on my D drive, data, Reason, me, sounds, you can see they're exactly the same. They're a mirror image. So if I was into this location on my D drive and I make any changes, it will reflect in my user location, and any changes here in my user location will reflect back in my sounds. So don't think you've got 2 copies and you can delete 1 copy off. If you delete off the wrong one, you're going to delete the files. You could delete your files forever. So just bear in mind, but it's not a copy. It's the same physical files. It's just the way this link works. It's actually always pointing you. So even though I'm in my user location, I'm really sitting on my D drive, and that's what I'm doing. If I go back to Reason Studios, you may notice there's this little arrow which is showing you it's not really there, and I'm actually going off somewhere else. It's just at the top. It could be confusing. So don't go around thinking you've got duplicates and you're going to delete them to sort your duplicates out, because you're probably not going to do that. You're going to delete your files. So just bear that in mind. As a little bonus, if I hit F9 now, I can obviously click on my user location here, and there it is. That's my user location, which is now obviously on my D drive. I can also do a Control B, which obviously picks up the device in question. Again, if I click on my user, you can see it's now listing obviously all them combinators. So I happen to have the combinator filter in effect. Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye for now.